Is that good? Are we Gucci? You like the fit, guys? Got the blue lighting and everything. Pretty good. Pretty good. Get my good side. Always gotta add my own flair to it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, there goes that light. Hold on. The lighting was probably not terrible anyway, but there's better lighting here, and I don't think there's gonna be anyone here. This is actually like a really good, okay. YOLO. Put that up. So, what has happened? We lost a wonderful cosplayer by the name of squidkid1111 or 1111 as some people say. I don't know how you say it exactly, but it's squidkid and 4 ones. And they took their own life due to bullying and racist bullying, or just racism in general. And I know people have talked about it. I've seen many videos about it, but especially the past week, I've noticed like a big thing where a lot of like popular big names, they'll mention it, they'll post something, they'll repost, they'll put it like a story post, right? And then they'll just go back to like their own agenda. Like literally, I will see people with so many followers, they'll repost the story about Squid Kid, about Ashley, and then like an hour later, the next story post is them like promoting their reel or promoting whatever. And it's just like, can we all just like take a day, at least a day, to where we just post about what happened, that someone took their own life due to racism and bullying. That's what I did, at least, but I'm a nobody. So it doesn't really matter what I do, but I can only do what I can. But I'm not a big name. And unfortunately, all these big names, I can't say they don't care, but they don't care enough to do something about it. Because in my head, how is it so hard that not everybody can make a post or a reel and post it out and share it out and spread the message that somebody has taken their own life? We need to look at this and solve this problem immediately, like right now. But unfortunately, and I can't say it's anything new, but when a tragedy happens like this, people will be sad about it, people will comment about it for like a week. And then from then on, people who really care, they're always gonna remember it. But most of the time, it gets swept under the rug, it goes down the river, and nobody talks about it. And especially now, nobody is definitely doing anything about what's happening. And I don't know. It's like, there are so many things that have happened or have almost happened, and people will talk about it, and it just like, in a week, it's just another day. Like, oh, that happened? Like, oh, I don't even remember. And it's just so sad because squidkid1111 is just going to be that. Everybody's going to forget about them, and the problem is still going to persist, and it's never going to get fixed. It is never going to get fixed. Like, there's conventions happening right now, like San Diego Con, whatever, I don't fucking know. There's like 2 cons happening right now. Neither have done anything to show support or awareness of what happened in the cosplay community, a community that's supposed to be safe. And no one is addressing anything about what's going on. We need every event organizer, everything to be talking about this. Because it is that serious. Somebody is gone. They do not exist. They're gone forever. They were a kid. They are just 20 years old. And you look at their profile, big smiles all around. Lots of great cosplays. Sorry, there's like a car circling. And they're gone. That's it. They're not coming back. And there's so many people with blood on their hands because they have contributed to the online bullying and online racism. And frankly, everybody in the cosplay community, we've all failed, but nobody is talking about it. I mean, people are talking about it, but nobody's talking about it to where things are being done. Things should have immediately have been done, day one. Big names, like I said, all event organizers, they should have posted about it. They should have made a thing about it. Every single person, every single whatever should have made a post about it. They should still keep talking about it, but that's not the case. Big names aren't doing it. Event organizers aren't doing it. Photographers aren't doing it. It's only like a small handful of people that are making reels, because I've reposted every single one that I could find, and it's not enough. It's not enough. It's clearly not enough, and the problem is always going to be persistent. Persistent, is that the problem is always going to be happening. Racism isn't anything new. It is literally everywhere. Everywhere. It is still happening, very much so in 2025. And what's so disappointing and so sad about what's happening right now is that it's happening in a cosplay community, which should be an absolute safe space away from all that ugly nonsense. But somehow in the cosplay community, it is absolutely vile and toxic and mean and rude and cruel to a point where someone takes their own life. Does nobody care? Just another person? And you know, that's like, I don't want to bring politics into this. I don't really want to go there. But I'm just going to say this. Everybody and their mom was talking up and down about Palestine, free Gaza, this, that, whatever. Nobody is putting a fraction of that towards Ashley, towards squidkid1111. It is not even comparable, and that is so fucking sad. Now, I know I'm saying as if nobody cares, but that's what it feels like. And the fact that nothing on a major scale has been done concerning this is just very draining. It makes me feel hopeless. So I can imagine how somebody else, like a black cosplayer, they feel absolutely hopeless, because a couple of reels talking about it isn't going to do anything. Especially if it's from people that are like small time. We need big names, big cosplayers who think they're cosplay famous and they think they're celebrities. Those people need to be talking about it, and they need to keep talking about it. but it's just not happening. I don't like, it's like I said, a tragedy will happen in this world. People will talk about it and then they'll just forget about it until the next tragedy. That's how it's always been, no matter what it is. Someone taking their own life, a school shooting, a bombing, any tragedy that can happen, it will just be forgotten. And nothing will be done to get it fixed. So, what are we gonna do? I can only do so much because I'm a nobody. Like, and I know people are gonna watch this and like, well, actually, you know, you shouldn't be talking because you and blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, if you're actually saying that, then you're also part of the problem, because you are not doing anything, especially for certain people. Especially for certain people, you know who you are, where you're trying to dig around and find some stuff about me and then post it around the internet like I'm a bad person, like I'm the racist one. Like, you're the problem. You're the reason why this is happening too. You're focusing, that's the problem. Everyone's like saying like, oh, this is so bad, we need to do something about this. This shit has been happening in a public space in front of your own fucking eyes, guys. Your own eyes and ears. You guys have seen it. Do not tell me that you are shocked or surprised by this. You have seen it everywhere. Online, in person, everywhere. You're trying to dig up stuff about me or somebody else to get other people canceled just because they said one or two things out of context a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. You are focusing on the wrong problem. The problem has been in plain sight. It has always been happening. And it's so fucking sad that nobody cares. And I'm not just saying that. I see it on my feed. Like I said, there's people that I follow that are big names. They repost it once and then that's it. Here's my new reel. Here's my next post. Here's my next event. It's gone. It's out of everyone's mind. People who follow me, they don't even repost it at all. There's some people, like I said, there are some people, but the majority, a very scary majority, is not doing anything about what's going on right now. And you guys won't know. Sorry, you guys don't know. Most of you. Because you don't know what it's like to be black. You don't know what it's like to be a black cosplayer. You don't know what it's like to suffer racism day in and day out. Like, sure, you know, black people, Mexican people, Asian people, Japanese, Chinese, whatever. It's no secret that black people have had it the hardest, no matter how much time passes. And that's obvious. From anime to cosplaying, it's unmanageable. Unimaginable. It's unimaginable. Unless you are dealing with it, you guys will never know. And maybe that's the problem. You guys don't understand, or, oh, it's not me, it's not a big deal. It's not me or my community or me or my race or me and my cosplaying. I can cosplay whoever I want and nobody will say anything about me, so I don't care about some black cosplayer that took their own life because a very large group of people told them that they can't cosplay a certain character or they can't cosplay at all. That's so fucking crazy, guys. This is the year 2025. Look, I'm about to say some shit. I don't follow a script, so this is off the dome. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then fine. But to me, it's making a lot of sense right now. Do you guys want to know the difference between Rosa Parks and squidkid1111. At least Rosa Parks was still able to sit on the bus. The fact that she was riding the bus wasn't the issue. It was the fact that she wouldn't give up her seat to go into the back of the bus. But she was still able to ride the bus. No, but that wasn't the problem. Rosa Parks was still able to ride the bus all the way back then. Now fast forward to 2025, the modern day, and we're out here telling black people that they're not allowed to cosplay. Because it's not just, oh, you're black, you can't cosplay this white character or whoever character. No, we're looking at any cosplay that a black person does and say, ew, that's gross, that's ugly, you shouldn't be doing this. Is that not like clicking to anybody? Because that sounds really fucking crazy. Do you realize how long ago Rosa Parks was? Yet she was still able to ride on that bus? Because that wasn't the problem. Everyone was perfectly fine with her riding the bus. The only problem was she wasn't giving up her seat. But in 2025, we don't even give black cosplayers that option. They can't cosplay at all, apparently, because it's a problem. That's fucking crazy. We've gone so backwards. We've gone 10 million steps backwards in 2025. That makes no fucking sense. And if you're gonna, if you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong or that anything that I just said doesn't make sense, she's dead. She's gone. She took her own life. So if you're gonna argue with me, I don't think there's anything to argue with. We have people taking their own lives due to people being racist and not accepting of black people in a community where it should be a safe space for everybody. Tell me how that makes sense. And tell me how it makes sense that nobody gives a shit. And as the weeks go on, everybody's gonna forget about it. But I'm gonna do my best to make sure that people still remember. I posted on my story, I'm making a sign that says rest in peace, squidkid1111 on one side, and on the other side, I'll have in big letters, and racism. Because it is so barbaric to deal with racism in all aspects of life in 2025. And it's not getting any better. And hopefully a lot of people or everybody watching this video, you don't support Trump. You don't like Trump. So why are you A, engaging in racist behavior, whether in real life or in an online space, B, not doing anything to fight against the racism in the community that you are active in, and some of you are actively thriving in and getting lots of engagement. Oh my god. That's so fucking crazy, bro. It's like the photographer that took pictures of squidkid1111 posted the pictures and allowed racist comments to stay on that post that he made rather than deleting them, just because it gave him it gave him engagement, it gave him internet points, it gave him whatever the fuck he thinks is worth it. It's not fucking worth it, bro. You're fucking stupid. None of this is gonna matter in 20 fucking years. You're gonna be a nobody. What are you trying to do? Like, you're not a celebrity, dude. You fucking take pictures of people. You're not special. What are you doing? You know what you are? You have fucking blood on your hands. You're responsible for somebody taking their own life, dude. Like, are we fucking serious right now? We have people like this who don't give a shit. We have other people who don't give a shit. Who gives a shit that a black cosplayer took their own life for something so barbaric and something that shouldn't even be a problem, at least in a cosplay community space? It's 2025, guys and gals and non-binary pals. It's never gonna get better because nobody wants to fix anything. Nobody wants to change anything. And it doesn't cost anybody anything to fix this. It takes, if everybody puts in the effort, it literally takes no effort to put an end to this. I do not know why in this modern day that people will just refuse to try and fix anything. Like, sure, if you want to talk about gun control and all that bullshit, maybe that's another story. But as far as the cosplay community, I guarantee that if everybody who cares put in the effort, then they can get rid of a problem. They can abolish a problem in a community like this. 1,000,000%. And the fact that the majority of people aren't doing anything, let alone even saying anything about it, it makes no sense to me. And the more I talk about it, the more numb I feel, because, like I said, it's been going on for years and years and years. A tragedy happens, people talk about it for a week, it's swept under the rug. Nobody cares. Tragedy happens, oh my God, this is so bad. Oh my God, pray for whoever. Forgotten. New tragedy, forgotten. New tragedy, forgotten. It's a fucking cycle, dude. So it's just like, I don't know. I just care. That's all. I guess that's too much for people to do. That's fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Like, what else can I say? You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you guys, I guess you guys just don't realize how bad it had to have been. Whether it was themselves or all the harassment and bullying and racism, that someone takes their own life. I don't know if you guys realize how much it takes to get to that point. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's a long fucking build-up, guys. And nobody did anything to stop it. She was 20 years old. 20. That's so young. Like, had so much life that is gonna go unlived because of racism. Why? Why is this happening? I don't know what, like, yeah, it's been a thing. Like, just people are just like so weird. Even before COVID, people got crazy after COVID, but people were like getting there before COVID too. Like, I don't want to say anything insulting, but people often say like, oh, someone takes their own life, then that means they're weak. But I don't know, man. Like I said, people just don't realize how it feels. When you have nothing to grasp onto, it's just like taking your own life is just the only option. when it gets to that point, you have to be broken. Like, I don't think anybody realizes that. Like, it's not something that just happens. It's not something they did for fun. Like, come on, guys. And it's just, when you're at that point, it's just so easy to do that. When you're just broken mentally, physically, or whatever it may be, that's just the only option. And that's what happened. Again, if you're gonna try and argue that with me, that's what fucking happened, because she's gone now. So, like, what are you gonna say about that? But it's just people, man. Like, if I was in a state like that, if I was, I don't want to say weak, but I'm just gonna say weak. If I was a weaker person and I had to go through what I've been through these past couple of years, like 5-6 years, I would probably would have taken my own life too. I think if I was at that kind of point in my life and I've gone through everything that I've gone through the past few years, I think there's a 99% chance that I would have taken my own life. Just how with people act and how they treat other people, and the bullying and harassment in the online space and in a community space, I can say that with 99% certainty that if I was in that kind of state, then I would have taken my own life. But I am far, far from that. I am extremely far from that. Because I think life is too good to just end it all. And like I said, I'm not saying this to downplay what happened with Ashley, you know, because like I said, you have to be at a breaking point to even think about doing something like that. And you know, my prayers go out to her. But you know, I've been through a lot too, and there's definitely certain sections of my life where, you know, it got really shitty. I mean, especially like, I'll just say it. Like, I said what I said about myself, and I'll keep going with that, and then I'll go back to talking about Ashley to end the video. Over the years, you know, I said what I said before. If it wasn't the 2MF era and all those gross, ugly people contributing negative energy, if it wasn't the BLC era with all those weird people, and then everybody acting so weird and gross and disgusting during COVID, people who are just full-on hypocrites trying to advocate for something that they don't even believe in, and ridiculing people just for going outside and living their life or trying to live their life. If it wasn't that era, that was so fucked up too. Both of those were fucked up. The 2MF era was fucked up. The BLC era was really fucked up too. And if that wasn't enough, then the stuff that happened with my ex back in 2022, that definitely would have been the tipping point for me to do something like that, so that I wouldn't be here anymore. Because that was really fucking shitty, and I'm still dealing with the aftermath of that. Because it wasn't just a relationship, it was the people around me who were helping me, but that was definitely not the fucking case. Because nobody helped me, nobody made me feel better, nobody gave me closure, and then after everything was said and done, there was nothing. I had absolutely nothing comforting or supporting for me during the relationship and after the relationship. Even though I had friends around me, I had absolutely no fucking help with any of that. And at worst case, they probably made me feel worse or think that I was the problem out of this whole thing. And I'm just gonna say, even if I was the problem, which I can't confidently say that I was, as friends around me, You're not supposed to say like, oh yeah, you kind of fucked up, you were the problem. You're supposed to be comforting and supporting. I didn't have absolutely none of that. And like I said, if people are going to argue about that, you know who you are. If you really helped me, I wouldn't be fucking talking about it right now. And I wouldn't be dealing with it right now too. Because I had no fucking help with that situation at all. I got used. I had somebody telling me that they loved me, which clearly wasn't the fucking case, because they were just so like intruding in my life, and they wanted me to do this, they wanted me to do that, but they loved me though. But they wanted to change me, but they loved me before, right? You know. Yeah, they would have loved me once I started changing into everything that they thought was good for them. You know. And then when I tried to break up with her the first time, I was naive and stupid, and then I got back with her when it should have ended right there with me breaking up with her. But then we wrote it out, and then things only got worse. And then she left on her own terms. She broke up with me. And then shortly after, like a week later, gets with another guy, and she's living her best life, and I'm just over here. Yeah, bro, I definitely would have taken my own life at that point. People are just shitty, man. And the tragedy that is squidkid1111, it just confirms that. People are shitty. People don't care. People only care about themselves. It's just another day to them. So, what's gonna happen? Like I said, I can't do anything about it. All I can do is make a video about it. All I can do is make a sign and carry it around. Wait, did I say that? I did talk about that. All I can do is make a sign and carrying it around and show my support however I can. And from then on, it's just gonna be like, oh God. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I thought it was bad. You know, I think about like, oh, if I carry the sign to conventions, people are gonna ask me like, oh, who is squidkid1111? And I'm gonna feel conflicted, like, oh, how do you not know about what happened? But then I could spread the story and make people aware. But I mean, that'll happen what happened. Not whatever the next event is. We'll see what happens. But I don't know, man. What I really do not want to happen is that somebody else, God forbid, takes their own life like Ashley did. And then we just go through the cycle like, oh my God, this is so sad. Anyway. God. That shit's been fucking me up too, man. People are really fucking shitty, dude. I think that's everything. I think that's everything. squidkid1111, aka Ashley, you were a shining, bright, kind soul that tried to spread their love of cosplay to the whole cosplay community. And there's a car coming right now. I'm just trying to act normal. It's like a reality.